Hi, this is Vaibhav Kothari, and today we have with us Anshika Jha, All India rank 7 in CS Foundation and All India rank 24 in CS Executive.
Hello everyone, I'm Anshika and right now I'm pursuing my CS professional and hello, like I would like to help you all with all your queries and doubts and a little bit of motivation too. Thank you.
Okay, so my first question is what was your attempt? Like it was June or December?
Actually, it was June attempt, but it got shifted due to COVID.
So the extra time you get was an advantage for you or a disadvantage?
Actually, I would say it was more of a disadvantage for me because I was actually completed my whole syllabus in May only. So
Yes.
after it got stretched into relearn things again and again. It gets a big hectic. You don't want to study. You lose motivation. So, like if the exams would have been in June, the result would be, I guess, better because you lose the motivation to study. The 6 month stretch. It actually is very discouraging for everyone.
Mm. So why are you pursuing CS? Like what was the basic thing you had in your mind, or what are you going to do in the future?
So like I'm always interested in the law side and of course I was from commerce background. So like when we entered into commerce we are just like introduced to fields just like CA and CS only. But
Mm.
like my sister she's doing CM. But even I was persuaded to do CA, but I wasn't onto that side. Like I was not into accounts and taxation. So that's
Mm.
why I chose CA because it's more law oriented and I enjoy learning law. Like first when I went into Suez, I was not aware of the field that much. I just went like that, "Okay, like I'll do CA." But when I entered, I get to know my subjects, I get to know what's there in the field. I developed the interest there. So now like I'm very much interested in what the CS do, all the compliance work and the law aspect. I may even pursue LLB after like completing my profession.
Mm. So when a student like me or a beginner student sees the course of CS, like it has so many theory subjects, a lot of law, many acts.
Hmm.
So what was your strategy to study these theory subjects?
So the first of all, the thing is ki the syllabus may be huge, but it's very interesting. All the
Mm.
acts are like a lot of things are very interrelated. Like what we are studying in company law, it will be there in security law also. Like company law की side से ये aspect है, but security law की side से ये aspect है. So the things are interconnected. So when the most important thing is to connect things and then study. So you will know the whole aspect of everything. Ki okay, like from security point of view this is there, from company side of view this is there. So like connectivity is important aspect for me.
Okay.
Along with that, for subjects I guess continuous revision is like the most important thing because like if you'll study something it's very obvious ki you'll forget it after like a week or like more. So like it's important ki whatever you are going through just go through it again and again, try to see things. Like I'm not saying to read completely, but it's important ki you go through the things again which you have studied a time before.
Okay. So which was the most toughest subject, or like which needs more time to be allocated?
Okay, so see, like for me, I found security a bit tough, but I was interested in it, so it was good. Otherwise, for other students, the most difficult subjects come up as EBCL because the course is
Mm.
huge. We have like 24 acts there to study, and that are also not related. Like one is like completely different, like foreign exchange and all, but other one like completely comes to competition act, then money laundering and
Mm.
FinCEN. In that you have to manage time and you know how you're gonna complete it. Like most of the students what they do now ki they don't study whole all the acts, but
Mm.
for my it's important ki at least go through the act. Like don't mug it up, but you should know the basic concept behind that. So any question comes, at least you'll be able to write something in it. To
Mm.
like straight away saying something, I don't think that's a good option.
Okay. So what was your overall strategy to crack CS executive?
There was no strategy as such, but the most important thing is keep pre-plan everything. Like the first thing which I did was I analyzed my subject. I analyzed how much time the chapters are going to take, and I made the schedule in advance. Not like कि इतने घंटे ये पढ़ना है, not that. But I was like कि okay, इतने दिन में I have to complete this subject, and again in this time duration I have to complete this subject. So in that way, I was able to complete all my subjects in time. Along with that, I always used to take breaks in between. Like if I'll study for 6 days a week, the 7th day will obviously be a break. Like relaxation is the most important thing. You can't continue to keep studying and studying without breaks. Then you'll get tired, and then you'll not lose motivation. You'll not feel like studying at all. So it's important to take breaks. In between.
Okay. So if anyone comes and say you like there are 60 days left in your exam, so what will be the future strategy which you are going to do for those 60 days?
Then first thing I'll say ki like if you are aiming for one group or both groups, like if you are aiming for both groups, so you have
Hmm.
like 8 subjects, then divide the days accordingly. Like at least leave like a week for revision. So like 60 में से 50 like take only 50 days, 10 days तो आप amendments and revisions के लिए रखो आप.
Hmm.
उसके बाद अदर 60 days में आई प्रेफर कि जैसे कुछ सब्जेक्ट जैसे सिक्योरिटी लॉ है, कंपनी लॉ है, go through previous year papers, past papers, go through scanners. That will help a lot. You'll get to know कि हाँ वो क्वेश्चंस किस टाइप से पूछते हैं, वो आंसर्स में क्या डिमांड करते हैं. एंड फॉर एमसीक्यू सब्जेक्ट आई गेस द बेस्ट स्ट्रेटेजी इज की गो थ्रू प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स. लाइक अभी एमसीक्यू है तो ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट्स भी नहीं हुए, 2 अटेम्प्ट्स ही हुए, तो उनके पेपर्स में जाओ. वहां से काफी ट्रेंड होता है. लाइक the thing which helped me the most in MCQ subjects were only this question paper analysis. I did the previous year papers before my exams and the papers which were behind the module, and like almost like 40-50% questions came from that only, like not the exact one but like the same type and pattern, so it helped me a lot.
Yes, yes,
Along with
it happened in my case also. I gone through only the questions which are given below the books, and almost 10 to 12 questions were repeated in the MCQs in the exam.
Yeah, and along with that, I think if you are left with 60 days, like go through that material only which you are familiar to. Like
Hmm.
don't try to like read new things or something like that which you are not familiar to. Like आप पूरे साल जिन चीजों से पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हो आप उन्हीं से करो. आप कुछ नया मटेरियल नहीं उठाओ. That will be like the best क्योंकि अपन उससे already familiar होते हैं, तो वो पढ़ने में ease रहता है अपन को. कुछ अपन नया उठाते तो अपन पहले डर जाते कि नया है, उसके बाद पढ़ना भी फिर उसको डिफिकल्ट रहता है.
So had you referred
एंड
module to study before exams or only coaching material?
see like mostly I relied on like the coaching material only, and I relied on scanners. Like scanners were like a big help for me in
Hmm.
previous year question paper. Along with that, earlier like for June attempt I didn't touch any of my module, but like
Hmm.
then I got shifted. So like I was left with like 6 more months, so then I decided to go through module. I don't think like modules like mostly teachers होते तो वो सब almost cover कर ही देते module का भी.
Hmm.
Like even if you go to some module, I'll say कि सिक्योरिटी लॉ का आप देख सकते हो. बाकी कंपनी लॉ, ईबीसीएल इनमें रिक्वायर्ड नहीं, इवन नॉट टैक्स, क्योंकि टैक्स में तो अपडेटेड ही नहीं होता मॉड्यूल. सो इसमें तो बेस्ट है कि आप जहाँ से भी पढ़ रहे हो उस मटेरियल पे रिलाई करो.
Okay. What will be your advice to those who aren't able to clear CS executive?
My advice would be ki like whatever you are studying, like first of all, so don't lose hope. Like this is a difficult field, and like executive is like the most difficult stage of CS. So like it takes time, and it doesn't matter ki like kitne attempts lage. At the end of the day, you are going to be called a CS only. Along with that, I'll say ki whatever you are studying, try to revise it again and again. Revision is the key. Like if you are studying any act today na, so after 2-3 days, just go through the notes कि okay हाँ मैंने ये चीज पढ़ी थी.
Hmm.
Along with that, if you have time, practice like write write some answers, like at least 3-4 answers a day you can write like before the exam, so you'll know कि हाँ आंसर्स कैसे लिखना होता है, कितना टाइम लगता है. तो वो सारी चीजें एक बार प्लान करके चलो, तो इट गेट इजी.
So how many revisions had you done before exams or mock test had you written?
I used to for like full complete examination papers, so I just written like two only, like for every
Mm.
subject. And me and my friend, like when our exams got, we used to write test daily, like for every chapters, like whatever we are studying, we make sure we will take 5 questions and we're gonna write, and then we share answers with each other to check. So yeah, that helped a lot. Writing practice actually helped me a lot. It actually helps in time management because एग्जाम में एक्चुअली आपको पता नहीं चलता 3 आवर्स कहाँ जाते हैं, और पूरा पेपर अगर आप कंप्लीट करते हो तो यू हैव लाइक अ वेरी मच परसेंटेज ऑफ चांसेस कि आप पास हो सकते हो, क्योंकि लाइक इफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग 100 मार्क्स पेपर, सो चांसेस है कि हाँ 40 आ जाएंगे, बट अगर आप अटेम्प्ट ही 60-70 का कर रहे हो तो उस केस में 40 डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है ना.
So, like, what was your strategy in MCQ papers? In theory, you had written mock test. So, what about MCQs?
एमसीक्यू में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो एनालाइज विच आई सो कि वो लोग थ्योरी काफी ज्यादा पूछते हैं, लाइक प्रैक्टिकल से ज्यादा थ्योरी होती है. सो देन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो आई डिड पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली मेरे को एनालिसिस हो गया कि हाँ थ्योरी पे ज्यादा फोकस रहता है, और थ्योरी में भी लाइक जैसे कॉर्पोरेट में तो दे आस्क अबाउट कमिटीज, दे आस्क अबाउट एएस, और बच्चे क्या करते हैं वही चीजें छोड़ के जाते हैं क्योंकि वो बोरिंग होती है,
Mm.
डिफिकल्ट टू मग अप होती है. तो उसी में से लाइक दे आस्क 10-11 क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन एएस कमिटीज, डेट, टाइम.
Mm.
तो सारी चीजें कि आपको पढ़नी चाहिए. डोंट लीव एनीथिंग इन सब्जेक्ट्स में. एंड लाइक फॉर थ्योरी आई वुड सजेस्ट यू कैन इवन रेफर मॉड्यूल, क्योंकि मॉड्यूल से बाहर की कोई थ्योरी नहीं आती है, और थ्योरी अच्छी खासी आती है. उसके अलावा डू पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स. तो पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स से क्या होता है ना कि आपको एनालिसिस हो जाती है कि हाँ इन्होंने एएस पे क्वेश्चन पूछा है तो हाँ एएस पे पूछते हैं, यू विल डू दैट थिंग. अदरवाइज अपन एकदम कम आउटराइटली उस चीज को छोड़ के चले जाते हैं. उसके अलावा एफएमएसएम में भी द सेम स्ट्रैटेजी वाज देयर कि आप मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस ट्राई करो सॉल्व करने का. it would be कि stay motivated, don't lose hope. Like if any day you don't feel like studying, take a break, but like from the next day start it again with a mind. And see, things take time, but be consistent, and ultimately you'll get there.
Okay. So, in CS exams, I had seen some people go unprepared in the exams. And if they go prepared, they don't attempt whole paper.
Hmm.
So that can be a reason of failing in CS executive exams. So what would be your advice on that?
आई एक्चुअली टोल्ड दैट ना कि एक तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं हो पाता है, इसलिए भी लोगों का पेपर छूट जाता है. लाइक वो विलिंगली भी नहीं करते तो भी अनविलिंगली भी लोगों का 20-25 नंबर का पेपर यूं ही छूट जाता है. तो उसके लिए द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज कि आप एक पेपर तो एटलीस्ट लिख के देख लो कि हाँ टाइम में हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा.
Mm.
माई स्ट्रेटेजी कोई भी क्वेश्चन है तो मैं पहले दिमाग में ऐसे रखती थी कि हाँ इस क्वेश्चन 5 मिनट्स में लिखना है आंसर. 5 का मैं
Mm.
उसको 6 नहीं दूंगी तो पेपर छूट जाएगा. एंड आप प्रीवियस ईयर के पेपर्स देखोगे तो समटाइम्स क्या चीज होती है, like, अगर आपको कोई चीज अच्छे से आती है तो आप उसको पूरा पूरा लिखने का ट्राई करते हो.
Mm.
बट लाइक स्टे एप्ट ओनली कि उन्होंने जो चीज पूछी आप बस वही उतना ही आंसर करो. डोंट ट्राई टू ओवर डिलीवर क्योंकि उसके कोई एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स नहीं होते, एंड दैट टेक्स योर टाइम. उसके बाद अनप्रिपेयर्ड का ये रहता है कि स्टूडेंट्स मोस्टली गो फॉर लाइक एग्जाम्पशंस, लाइक व्हेन दे गो अनप्रिपेयर्ड ना. सो लाइक
Mm.
इन ग्रुप 2 आई की दे आर लाइक की सिक्योरिटी है और ईबीसीएल है तो इसमें 25-25 आ जाए, बाकी एमसीक्यू सब्जेक्ट्स में एग्जाम्पशन आ जाए ताकि फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम दो अटेम्प्ट है. बट मेरे हिसाब से तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप दोनों ग्रुप्स के लिए एम करो क्योंकि सेट ऑफ का बड़ा एडवांटेज मिलता है. लाइक इवन यू गॉट लाइक द सेट ऑफ
Uh,
एडवांटेज
yes.
है. उसके बाद लाइक हो जाते हैं एक सिटिंग में, आप दोनों एग्जाम्स दे दो तो रिलीफ भी रहता है कि हाँ एक बार सारे ग्रुप दे दिए. उसके अलावा अनप्रिपेयर्ड तो नहीं जाना चाहिए क्योंकि इतना इजी नहीं होता पेपर कि आप बिना प्रिपरेशन के पास हो सको. तो या
Mm.
एटलीस्ट बी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड देन ओनली दे.
Okay.